Happy Friday, everybody. Kelly McCarthy and I here for another edition of CA Hoops Weekly Season Preview, powered by Under Armour. Today, Kelly, we take a look at JMU beginning on the women's side as Kenny Brooks' team once again was very dominant last year, and the end result was their second consecutive CA title.
James Madison and 2015 CA Coach of the Year Kenny Brooks are coming off another outstanding season in which they went 29-4, captured their second consecutive CA championship, and advanced to the NCAA tournament. The Dukes won 20 of their last 22 games and dominated all opponents last season, outscoring them by nearly 16 points a game. But we have to talk about the elephant in the room, and that's the loss of Precious Hall for the season due to a knee injury. That's 20 points a game they have to replace. It's a tough task, but one thing we know about Kenny Brooks, he makes adjustments and will have the Dukes ready.
The defending champs are picked to win it again in this season, and even with the loss of Precious Hall, this team is loaded, led by preseason player of the year, Jasmine Gwathmey.
The term big game player was created for people like Jasmine Gwathmey. She quietly puts together a solid regular season, and when the postseason arrives, she steps it up. That's why she's been the CAA Championship Most Outstanding Player in each of the last 2 years. With the loss of Precious Hall, she'll be one of the go-tos. Getting Gwathmey the ball will be preseason All-CAA first-teamer Angela Mickens. She was one of the top point guards in the nation last year, averaging 7.5 assists per game, good for 4th in the nation. Also be on the lookout for Ashley Perez, who is one of the keys to the Duke's success down the stretch. There are a lot of very good players on this team, and we can expect them to be at the top of the pack once more.
We caught up with head coach Kenny Brooks at Media Day, and he talked about the CAA preseason player of the year, Jasmine Gwathmey.
Well, I can't say that I'm surprised that they voted her that way because she is probably the most skilled player I've ever had here at James Madison. And then we've had some good ones. I think that her skill set is above Tamara Young's, who is still playing in the WNBA, anyone. She just never has had to be the alpha mentality. And 2 years ago when she burst onto the scene, we had Kirby Burkholder, who was the player of the year. I used to ask her to be a little bit more aggressive. And she said, "Coach, I don't need to. We have Kirby." And I said, "Okay, good point." And then last year, be a little bit more aggressive, Jazz. I don't need to. We have Precious. We have Lady Okafor. This year, she has to be. And we're instilling that mentality in her. I think she's more than capable of being that way because she's a dominant player. She shoots the ball inside, outside. She's a great defender. And I think she's going to have a tremendous season for us.
Now, as we take a look at the JMU men's team, we welcome back Rob Washburn. Happy Friday, Rob.
Happy Friday to you, Bob.
Thank you. The Dukes last season were one of 4 teams that shared the CA regular season title, but the difference between the Dukes and everyone else was they did it without any seniors.
Yeah, that was quite an accomplishment, especially when you consider it was the first time since 2000 that JMU earned a share of the CA regular season title. All 5 starters and most of the top reserves are back from that team, which gives the Dukes one of the deepest and most versatile teams in the conference. They've also added some talented newcomers to the roster, led by Butler transfer Devontae Morgan.
With everyone coming back, the Dukes will have high expectations this year as they were picked second in the preseason poll. One player that will look to make a run for CA Player of the Year this season will be senior guard Ron Curry.
Yeah, Ron Curry's been a fixture in the Dukes lineup since he stepped onto campus, and his game has grown each year. Last season, he averaged a team-best 14 points per game and was 3rd in the league with better than 4 assists per contest. He shot better than 46% from three-point range in CA play and also excelled defensively. Ron Curry is without question the leader of the JMU team and the guy they look to when the game is on the line. Now, JMU has plenty of other weapons. Junior forward Yohani Dalembert might have been the most improved player in the CA last season, averaging 11 points and 6 rebounds per game to earn all conference accolades. Junior guard Jackson Kent knocked down 63 pointers and averaged better than 10 points per game. And the Dukes also got solid years out of senior Winston Grays and sophomore point guard Joey McLean. Now, JMU should be in the mix to capture CA championship and return to the postseason for the 5th time in 8 years.
Coach Matt Brady at Media Day spoke about his senior guard, Ron Curry.
Well, I think statistically, I'm not necessarily sure we're going to see a big jump. I thought that he was really one of the most dynamic players in the league as a junior. What you hope is that he has a consistent senior season and that he continues to do what he does, which is help us win games at both ends of the court. I've said many times, I think he's as good an on-ball defender as there is in the CAA. And obviously, late in games, we put the ball in his hands an awful lot, and he's had a lot of late-game heroics for our program.
Coach Brady's team opens up the season on the road against in-state rival Richmond Friday, November the 13th, while the women will begin their season Sunday, November the 15th at home versus Longwood. Rob, Kelly, and I will be taking the weekend off, but don't worry, we'll be back Monday as we continue our CA Hoops weekly season preview presented by Under Armour with the UNCW Seahawks. Have a great weekend, everyone.